Avalanche Peak Trail is located at right by Arthur's Pass, which is on the West Coast Highway, Highway 73, an hour and a half or so west of Christchurch. The ranger station is right at the top of the mountain, and that's basically where the trail is. You start right across the street from the ranger station, you go straight up the hill, straight up, and then slightly before the Avalanche Peak is where Scott's Ridge splits off and goes down the other way. It's less steep coming down Scott's Ridge, and so that's why you go up steep and down less steep, and then it comes out on the highway about a quarter mile from your beginning point. There's a parking lot right here. I'm on Avalanche Peak. We drove up on 73 from Christchurch this morning. Took about an hour and a half. Just came up the ridge here. Took about an hour. About 40% of the way, 35 or something. Going up to Avalanche Peak. I don't know where it is exactly. Up there somewhere. So taking a little break here and well, I'm getting a little bit further. Coming up this ridge. All the trees. Pretty steep. On the hands and knees about 20% of the time. It's a parking lot where we started. I think that's Avalanche Peak. Ridge walk. Going up there. Wouldn't want to be standing on this ridge in gale force winds. Final ascent to Avalanche Peak. We're up near the peak. Scott's Ridge and Avalanche Track come together to follow the peak up. Just came up from there, going right up here.
We rarely get pictures together.
Avalanche Peak. Came right across that. I was scared to death when I looked at it, but then coming across it wasn't too bad. I would never come across that in a gale force wind, that's for certain. You can't get much better weather than this up here. Because usually it's windy up here. This is where the Avalanche Peak and Scott Ridge separate. Going up to Avalanche Peak. Most exciting little track I ever did there. I don't want anything more dangerous than what that was, I can tell you that. And Avalanche Peak is yellow cones, and Scotch Ridge, where I'm going down, is orange cones. Well, I made it down there from Avalanche Peak. Took 5.5 hours, about 2.5 get up, 2.5 get down, half hour up there. Had to crawl a little bit and on all fours about 10% of the time. And quite exciting. Definitely the most exciting hike I've ever done. Definitely the most challenging, and really tried my limits.